Live.
No, I have you to say I need to drink 12 mornings.
They guess I believe you'll be young.
Gotta push it up.
Just that would be a senior.
Alright, let's have it over.
Everybody set?
No, I can run outside today.
You have to call you up when live?
You already the camera yes set.
Camera set.
Oh, it's about hold it out. Hold it. Forget what out.
I need to check.
Everybody set?
Yes.
So folks, we would like to welcome all of you to the office of Senator Nathaniel Farlo. And today he will be speaking on issues of national concern. And so we'd like to say welcome. And we now turn the floor over to the man.
Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press. In the office, the son of my TV country, we made our commitment to brief our citizens, my TV first, Liberia Large, on our workings in the Senate and as national leaders also speak on national issues. The press conference has been organized prior to today, but due to our strong engagement yesterday in the Senate, we could not have the press conference as was scheduled for yesterday. But during the course of yesterday, a lot of things happened, and I thought to address that first. You know, Liberia, where we find ourselves today, it is a given fact divided 50-50. The election of 2023 clearly divided Liberia into the middle. We saw the result in the first round, and we saw the result in the second round. Unlike 2017 election, when President Weah won with more than 300,000 votes, this going election, the former vice president won with less than 20,000, less than 1 percentage point. In 2017, President Weah had 61%, and the Union Party had 39%. That tells you that the country is divided, and what is needed most in this country today is peace, unity. And part of that unity is the way the ruling party will treat the leader of the opposition party. Because he represents a faction of our country that did not vote for the United Party. And so I'd like to address the way he was treated, the kind of way that they respected him yesterday. Just imagine had all the supporters gone to the airport to receive the president. You know what would have happened at that airport? The unfortunate thing is that I listened to some people from the mansion trying to get history. The history of that time, I didn't know how it was built, the presidential lodge. How can you deny the man who built it? And besides that, he's just the immediate past president who just in less than 34 days or 35 days, he be out of office. When President Weah was vice president, the thing what they call VIP terminal, they were using it. Everybody was using it. The president, vice president, former president, chief justice, pro tem, senior government official, even business people, everybody was using a small they play a bill and call it VIP terminal. You know, to just run a bill to one of think one small building and fix it and call it VIP terminal. The president decided, I will not. Look, this seat does not represent the country. Everybody can be using it. Even the president now, the current president, also use that same place. The president decided to build a modern VIP terminal for officials, for former president, and he's coming to the country. And you get some people in Ministry of State who gave the instruction and still the president not use it. We want to condemn it. We want to ask for an immediate investigation. We want to ask President Weah and the Minister of State to investigate. In fact, this matter will be before the Senate floor. Our colleagues will join us. We'll ask the Senate. This is very serious because this threatening our democracy and the peace and security of our country. People don't understand. You know, our Minister of State, when that building was built. So there's a history. I just explain the history behind how that building was put together. Yes, the spokesperson saying it's for current president. Who told it for current president? When everything was dedicated, he didn't say it for who the president. Was that the former president who dedicated it? He said it was it was for president. For the youth for president exclusively? No. In that building, there's a room for the president. And there are room for other VIPs. Because we constructed it, we designed it. We were there. So what do you not ask questions? You know, in less than 35 days, there have been so many mistakes from the executive. So many mistakes. And these mistakes are not intended to enhance the peace of the country, but rather they are intended to undermine the peace. I will hope that the president will pay and the government will pay more attention to the real thing that will sustain the peace of the country. And the president, I know he's not aware of a lot of things because the last time the leadership of the Senate met him, raised an issue with him, someone a legal advisor, somebody boys, someone never been, they never practiced in court before, they made someone a legal advisor. And this was obsessed with power, they don't know what to do. They need to be speaking to someone else who can guide them because too many mistakes are happening in that mansion. They start talking all kind of things. They're going to, from the issue of 10U. You know, the history of 10U in this country, when President Weah decided to change the 10U thing, I already spoke on the airport thing. And so we're calling for investigation. We want, and those responsible that did not allow the former president to use the terminal, we want them to be punished. And we don't want to repeal it. If you even read the transitional order for transition, the transitional act now, you'll see it. Former presidents are allowed to use VIPs terminal all over the world. Even in Nigeria, for instance, you see the former president are using Nigeria presidential aircraft. How in Labrador was so hateful? In this country was so hateful. We hate each other so much. Today, President Weah is president, but 2029 President Weah will not be president. So you want people to treat the same way they treat the other president. People don't understand when you get a position tomorrow, you will leave and then somebody else will get there. And that should not be accepted. Liberian people should criticize it. Liberian people should speak against it. The country is small, and we should not tolerate it. We should not tolerate it. This is not about politics. This is not United Party versus CDC. This is Liberia we are talking about. The president was not president for CDC, he was president for the Republic of Liberia. He must enjoy all the rights and privileges ascribed to a former president. If we could allow a former vice president to use the terminal, even when the president was using the same terminal, then why can't you allow the president? I believe the president is not aware. I believe President Weah is not aware. Just as he was not aware when his legal advisor gave instruction to the county attorney to drop Judy any case, actually not aware. You know? And so we thought to make this the first issue to address, because we want to address the issue of the tenure, because that tenure debate has been a serious debate. But Sunday one came on yesterday, I thought to address it first. Because the CDC lawmakers will complain tomorrow to the Senate, so the Senate can investigate. We want the new Minister of State to come and tell why he instructed, because that instruction came from that thing is currently, that lodge is currently under the Ministry of State. So we want him to come and explain. We'll get the instruction to prevent just, you need to just pass through the building. And he said he does not have. Imagine the former president. Do you know the number of support he has in this country? We can't be the other country. We want peace in this country. These are men who gave up power. Even when his supporters were angry, he called the first time in the history of Labrador, where you see your city president take the phone and call the opposition leader, say, congratulations, you won election. Have they ever happened in Labrador? Have they ever happened in the country? Is there a history? And you don't see that being magnanimous in defeat, and you want to treat him with disrespect, that will not be tolerated, will not be accepted. He's the leader of a major faction of the country. Because I want to sedition for them for him. There was Liberian when that sedition for them for him. So you can't disrespect all of the people. So everything popular, oh, that CDC, no, not CDC business, we're talking about Liberia. This is not CDC, this is Liberia we are speaking about. So I thought I'd address that first. And the second issue, tenure. You know, last time I spoke, I said they don't have power to remove tenure officers without cause. And some people criticize it. The law is the law. 2018 we took power, we tried to move the guy from Lotto. I think Martin Colette or something. Martin Colette, we tried to move him from Lotto. He went to the Supreme Court, he challenged it, we lost the case. The government lost the case. Supreme Court said Martin Colette must go back and then he ended from Lotto. I said Lotto. I don't talk about anywhere, I said Lotto. The Lotto man defeated us and we sent him back, he ended his tenure. But based on the Supreme Court ruling, executive cannot just remove arbitrarily anyone. The second issue, you can say I will not get a man's salary because the man wore party t-shirt. No law in the country that say, even the code of conduct, there's no penalty. They don't say when you wear party t-shirt, you should not take your salary because that violates fundamental principle on Article 11 to 21. So I showed the book on the code was here. From our point, as CDC senators, and not only CDC senators, most of the senators that I've spoken to, they're very upset. And such people, they can just forget about, he may have made mistakes sending them for corporate million, will not even be conference. They will be totally rejected. So I thought to address that. And I know the budget issue part now, but we're going to the budget issue. We expect the president to submit a new budget. Because we can't afford to continue to deal with 1/2 of the budget. We are in February already ended. We made it clear that February ending, they asked for 41.5 million. They couldn't explain it. I mean, we reach a point, maybe we'll be paying 7, maybe the country will start running, we'll just be paying, you'll be taking pay, and the other part of the budget, we got to hold on until the real budget comes. So this time around, we want to see transparency in the budget. People say, oh, you were there before, you didn't do it, why you want to do it now? We'll say, but the reason why they put a letter, and you told the boss, say, when you come, you will rescue the country, you will make everything good for the people, red prayer will drop, and you will increase your salary. So we want to see the salary scale. We want to see it. So I thought to just give you a small brief on activity, I want to open room for question and answer. If you have any question you are liberty to ask, I will answer it. Thank you very much.
And so for questions, you call your name and the institution you represent, and then you ask a question.
Yes, Senator, my name is Aaron Kuban, and I report for Spoon TV. You took on the issue about the budget, but there were some concerns you raised during the voting, which led you to have voted against. Just for the sake of the public now, viewers, can you just summarize?
I'll give you one example. For instance, let's take the security component. You saw the military people going on strike, correct? The military people raised on it. You put $1.9 million for, I think, 5 entities in the budget. You didn't spell out how much each of the entities will get in our budget. You want me to sign it? I want to know what military, what the EFF going to get. I want to know what go to NSA. I want to know what go to EPS. When you put everything in bulk, you just give it to all you want for the approval. I did see military people. Maybe those issues were not addressed. So I want to, for example, in the military, 5 entities, EPS, and NSA, AFL, police. Right now the police need so much support. So whether you're giving everybody equal share, we don't know. Now you went to domestic that 5.7 million. You just gave me you just brought some list to me. You just told me something like at 11 hours. Somebody brought a list to me and said, "Yeah, they break down here." How do I know that they break down? They can't very crafty. They can write any kind of thing and bring it to you. You need to give me time to explain it to me. Was it necessary when the month was already almost about to end? One of the questions I wanted to find out is, was the government operating at a full scale? Right now, the government operating at full scale. We don't even have so many ministers only get one minister. So when you get operational money, what kind of operation is running when so many ministers are not even taking seat? So why would you want to run the budget like you're running a full scale government? The government is running a full scale. So these are all the explanations. So technically, I do not believe that we needed 41 million just for February. The second issue I had was, how had the government been operating in the month of February? Say February 22nd. Were they operating on credit? So everybody would do it. They were operating on credit. I mean, some of the things that are going to domestic debt. So you see some of the questions we're asking. So almost 26 million of compensation. We're talking about almost 15 million that needed full explanation that was not explained. So my point was, extract the 15 million, pay civil servant. When you pay the civil servant left with since February already ending, wait for the main budget to come, then you can take your domestic debt. In order to, even at that, you gotta explain to us who you going to pay. Then they put 2 million there for operation. Then they put 1.20 million there for 100 days. The 100 day, your credit money because we already go on with 20 days. That part of the one that we credit is going to debt. So you're not going to go to operation. So you're talking about 70 days or less than 70 day operation. So you bring 70 day power and say, well, the 70 days, this I do want to do. But they just put everything there. You know, we got to be careful with the pork barrel operation. You know what you call pork barrel? You just throw all kind of things inside for all kind of operation. So this time we got to clean the pork barrel and make sure that brain pork gets paid. Because I want to see civil servant get salary increase. I want to see volunteer teacher on salary. I wanted to see how much money going to LU to pay for the LU tuition. I want to make sure that people wire, you know, at chairman of education, I want to make sure that wire get a fee. Now, these are the things we want an explanation, but we never had the time to even debate the budget. Somebody just got up and made motion and said we should go vote. We're not here to just be voting. Because the boss said we're here to thoroughly check. The right thing has to be done, my brother. So we're coming away from the process where people go to the public, politicians will go, will lie to the public, and you give up power, then we'll go to the city. Then what is different? If they will not do the same thing, you move up and then you bring somebody else to do different things. And say, no, the thing where you do, I come into my own now. But you listen to some of our police. So you do the same thing, you want to do our own, then why you move it, then why you want to put a pre-politics? So that's the evidence.
Just a follow-up. Yeah. Just a follow-up. On the same issue of, not the budget specifically, but on the issue of the tenure, you stated that Martin, the man who was at the Lottery Authority, went to the court and he won the case. He responded based on all the controversies surrounding this entire thing. He said even though he went to the court and won the case, the court mandated that the government should pay him. The government did not pay him, and he did not end his term. He was replaced forcibly by the citizen. What do you remember about this as Minister of State?
I don't remember that. We obey the law. I don't remember that. You're lying. You're lying. We never violated any law. You're lying. Man, you're lying.
Okay, Fafi.
Yeah, my name is Fafle Kamara. I work for EFBC. The chairman of the CDC, Mobake Moro, has resigned. He resigned last evening as chairman of the CDC Legislative Caucus. Your initial reaction?
Yeah, I was shocked. You know, I just saw the release. Molu, I've been a very loyal CDC partisan. Molu grew from the rank of mobilizer to chairman of the party during the 18 years. He built a lot of young people, young followers. I was extremely shocked. I've not been able to speak to Molu officially to know the reason. But I always pay tribute to the sacrifices he made to the CDC. I'm happy that he said he's not resigning from the party. he's giving opportunity for other people to come and serve. That much I can say for now. But I respect Mr. Molu, and I want to respect him for his decision. I've been reading a lot of things from Sedition, a lot of them are disappointed. But we know what Molu can do. But Molu is still part of the CDC family. And I want to wish him well in a new endeavor. And I know the CDC will be strong. You know, a lot of people, CDC is a family. We can disagree to agree. So I wish Molu the best. I will find time to speak to him. To know why he resigned, but all I can say is to wish him the best. Best of luck. And I showed we'll always be together with friends. This is my first initial reaction.
Amy?
Yeah, okay.
Abraham.
Okay, so you talked about the issue of tenure, which of course is an effort, current ongoing effort on the part of the current administration to take people off offices who are on technical positions. It is not only there that it lies, especially when you talk about peace and security of the country. The CDC government took over. People were employed into offices. They stayed there through all of those periods. The current administration has come. And what it termed as an ethnic blotted payroll, where you people have people part of administrative agencies, not only at non-security agencies, also at security agencies. And there are signs that several Liberians who be off their job.
It concerns me is a lot. Because look, if you follow my confirmation hearing with the Minister of State, Deputy Minister of State, and the other ministers, Minister of Portfolio, one of the questions I asked is that, if I'm not mistaken, currently at the Ministry of State will get more than, I think we'll get about 3 or 4 Minister of State or Portfolio. The assistant ministers will get maybe 5, 6, 7. So at the higher echelon of the Ministry of State, there are massive employment going on. And some of these people, their salary around 5,000. And everyone will back up for all of them. And each one of them can be called 40,000. Maybe talk about 10% now. That Ministry of State, until the appointment, there are more than 10 or 15 people. So let me just give you a small math. Those people they laying off, those people salary, someone are making 100,000, someone making 150. A Liberian citizen, forget what they're being citizen. They're citizen of Liberia. But imagine the kind of position they gave me at the higher echelon. We're talking about 10, 15% now will be named minister or deputy minister or something at the Ministry of State. Let me do a small math. It will get about 10% who have been appointed minister at the Ministry of State. Because during my time, I think we had maybe one or 2 assistant ministers, legal advisors, and all that kind of stuff. We don't have the bigger echelon. We were more concentrated on putting bread and butter on ordinary Liberian table and giving people position. I really want to reduce that salary. But right now, let's take the salary as is, around about $6,000 per cabinet minister. It's over $60,000 per month. $60,000 per month, just for ministers. Multiply that by 12. Almost 780,000. That by car, each one get 40,000 car. You talking about 10, 40,000 or 400,000. You talking about 1 million now. That 1 million now, no matter how much can pay. The Minister say it could be all the 1,000 people you're laying out. That is a source of insecurity in the country. The government is the bigger employer, bro. No matter what you do. Those people they laying out will bring other people from their party to employ them. But just because people feel that we're employed by the former government, you want to lay off. That is a serious issue. It's an issue of concern. It should be an issue of concern for all Liberians. Look at what happened with the AFL with me. One morning we just got the AFL put like a whole country now. We should do everything for the sake of peace. I want to appeal to the president, my uncle. Please, don't allow the people in the mansion to undermine your administration. You fought to be president of this country. Liberian will give it to you. Your concern now should be how to keep the country peaceful. Now those young children are saying that now some of the men will call and say legal advice or they want to grandstand, they want people to know them, they want to know the law, talk about people. How can you say, for instance, That because you work politician will not pay you. Who gave you that power? Who gave you that power? Only the court, due process. I can see you killing somebody, I still gotta take the court, correct? If I kill, I saw somebody fighting and mistakenly somebody you person got killed. Why I just say, oh, I saw you kill the man, so you killed it. No, you're not guilty until you go to court. You know, so it's an issue of concern. We are very concerned. I raised it with the deputy minister who appears to be running the Minister of State. I raised it with her. We are concerned about that. Liberian people should be respected. Maybe this country here, we know the history. We know the history, maybe. The country, the hatred in the country too much. And United Party won with less than, some posted 17,000, but I've not seen the final result. Some posted 17,000, some posted 20,000, because the last 20,000 when the president made concessions, people were 20,000. So I always keep about 20,000. But the final result, after the final tally was made, my understanding is around 17,000. You win that kind of number and you say you win, so then you want to run behind the people who didn't vote for you. And you think you can peacefully enter the country. It is a small demonstration. Everybody will get their anger. Some people you let them all, some people you let them all, some people are not eating the whole day. They will blame you, everybody will get in the streets. I mean, we don't need that. We need the country to be peaceful. So Liberian people can be happy. And red price can go down. Right now they're selling red for 4,000 something in Bambu. The price going up. So these are the things we need to be concerned about. If the president get power to a point more than 2,000 presidents, why is the president looking for 10 people to move from office? Let 10 people, what do 10 people do for you? Maybe wait for 1 year, then you deal with 10 people. Because you get 2,000 jobs up there to a point, 2,000. The president himself said 2,000 jobs. But you can't appoint everybody because he doesn't know everybody. But take it one at a time. Don't let it bother put you under pressure. Move the other person, they want to move their friends. You know, they're looking for a place where they get gravy to go there to go eat. Someone you put them somewhere you put them somewhere to go turn the play around or not turn it around. They want to go somewhere. Why are you fighting for other people's job? Where for the put time to finish? You can't sit down there. Tomorrow you two will get 10 each other. You can't build a country. I want to make a special appeal to the president to see that. But he was the one elected as president of the country. If anything go wrong, they will owe him.
Senator McGill, my name is Sekou Sharif.
No, recognize my man.
Oh, that's Sekou talking. Sekou where?
Sorry.
Sekou where?
My name is Sekou Sharif. I'm from Boss of Liberia. It's so good that you spoke about the rest issue, and it seemed to be that there will be a serious crisis in the country the way the rest price is increasing on a daily basis. I don't know whether you senators will have that as a serious issue to talk about, but let's talk about the president. And it seems to be it is something it has gotten used to the current president where he knowingly refusing to attend international functions. And other critics think that the president lacks what it takes in terms of attending international functions, in terms of his health. What is it you senators going to do about it to see as well that the president honors some of the international functions so as to not put this country in a position where people will think that our president is not honoring international functions? Then the last one is, recently we saw the vice president of the country using a private jet. And it is one of the things that the people complain. They made a lot of allegations that the former president used private jets and all of that. And there are laws that forbid the president, the vice president, and elected officials of receiving offers or whatsoever from individuals once they occupy the positions. Are you senators serious or concerned about this issue as to know where did he get the money from?
Honestly, let me say this. You know, we were criticized for using private jet. To be honest with you, you see, that's the hypocrisy in Liberian politics. You can see reality and you want to criticize reality. And I don't want to be hypocritical. Because I want men who believe that our president, as president of the country, you need to be treated with respect. But because our friends from the United Party wanted to criticize everything, the reason why Liberian people criticizing it, it's not possible for any president in modern day Liberia to be flying on private, on commercial plane, to be going to conferences. You are just a fly from Nigeria. The only plane I can leave from here every day that Aska leave from here every day. So you want to fly from here in Nigeria, you take the whole day. You leave from here 7:30 in the morning. You reach Nigeria 6 o'clock in the evening. Imagine having emergency session. Having emergency, the president will never get there. The president will never get there. But because they criticize, or the reason why Liberia criticizing them. But the reality is not possible for you think that every day other president will be sending private plane for you to fly? For Liberia president will be flying private plane, you'll be begging. You just be begging. But not take Liberia be serious. The one we treat Liberia the way Liberia treat their cross. But President Weah did not see it that way. So I don't want to join United Party people. The only reason why people criticizing it is because they were criticizing the right thing. And that's why I'm saying people are hypocritical. I see things that had the kind of power. Because they told you when the kind of power they would change harmonization. I remember in Bangladesh there was a song, you harmonize our fire or harmonize your vote. So they say harmonization was a bad thing. So I want to see whether they will reverse harmonization. Because if you don't do it, then I mean the large Liberian people. I mean the large Liberian people. So say on the point of full flying private jet, to be honest with you, I don't want to be the one criticizing them. Because I thought it was good for our president to use. I thought those who criticized our president they were in the wrong because they did not understand the geographical movement of our country. The security of our president is very important. You leave from here, you fly with Aska, you go to Togo, you spend 5-6 hours in transit. With all in the airport, you see the president should be treated that way, 5-6-7 hours in transit. Then in the evening time, you leave from Togo to fly to Nigeria. Imagine flying to Ethiopia. You gotta go to Ghana. If you fly to Benin, that one they can't even get plane for you gotta go to Togo the same way. So if I really want to fly, they can fly that way, but if nobody tell them real serious. Nobody tell them real serious. So criticizing all was a wrong thing to do. There was a wrong thing to do. President Weah did the right thing and will do the same thing that we're doing.
The issue about President Weah failure to attend.
Well, you know, because that one there, Labrampo will answer the question. Labrampo will answer the question. I'm your answer the other question again. Then Labrampo will answer the other question.
2 more questions.
Obadiah Johnson from Africa. Madam again, you spoke about Liberia being heavily divided, 50% to the ruling party, 50% to the opposition. What advancements or suggestions can you proffer to ensure
the first responsibility on all that brand, but the most responsibility on President Weah. He is the president of this country. His action to unify the country will help. You should not allow those young children who are not, somebody never been in government before, somebody are first time ever being in government before, this is the time. They have not stayed even 30 days to understand the rudimentary operation, models operandi of running government, but they're making all kind of funny statements all over the place. There's some kind of thing flying with no head. They gotta behave themselves. We ran our place look, you gotta talk about experience. Someone just get in mind, the way we feel in mind themselves, looking, when they sit out there, the aura of the mind get someone confused.
In further words, we are yet to receive an official statement from the office of the former president as per the alleged incident that transpired at the International Airport. Have you
I saw the thing that happened yesterday at the airport. We saw the president, now the president was denied. I personally called when I was in the section, somebody called me and said, Mr. McGill, the people have denied the president from using the VIP. I called some of the protocol at the airport, they confirmed it to me. So I don't have to wait for a former president to call me and tell me. I called, from the Senate I called. Then I didn't listen to press statement, but I saw some thing on Facebook. This time it's difficult. I don't know whether the press secretary made a comment. I always say, oh, the billion for former president, for the sitting president. Where's she coming from? Who told her that? Where did you get information from? She know that billion. The person who built a building and named a building say was for VIPs. Until there's a new order that says that no former president will use that building, then we'll let you know. The Senate will let you know. The legislature will let you know. Because of government property. Enough press secretary and my dear brother who is the Minister of State, they think that national properties and the president, former presidents are national properties. Former presidents are national properties. They're supposed to get security until they die. So you raise the president's security? I didn't know where Even when former president, vice president, the current president or vice president, he has security. He has more than 6-7 security, national security protecting everything. When he travel, he use the president terminal. Recently, when he traveled to Nigeria, along with Ben Nigeria and other people, he can't have the same terminal. That very day, I think President Weah was coming. So all they use the same terminal. Why should you building now? The building will get you. The man fit the night and give it to you. They can't even use it.
President. All right, Senator, my name is Henson Decker. Back to the same airport issue, I'm concerned because basically your deliberation focused on maintaining the peace and security of our country. So I'm like concerned. Earlier on, you championed a court against the 4.3 million budget. For the $1.3 million budget as was requested by the president, and the Senate concurred with the lower house on the passage of the budget. Now, we are also calling for an investigation as per the situation that occurred yesterday.
Because I know the president now aware. You have been speaking to the president, and the president said, I'm 100% sure that President Weah was not aware of what happened. There are just overzealous people in the mansion who may have given the instruction. But if the president can convince us that is not where you will either do an investigation, it's a simple thing. But because the president needs to realize that he will be former president too. He was just former vice president, we treat him with all the courtesy and respect for using VIPs when he travel. 6 years from now, President Weah will be former president of that program. Because 2029 he's not coming back. Of course. No, we'll tell him a little. We'll come and we'll talk a little. But he got to realize he will be former president. So the way he treats the former president today, he should remember tomorrow he will be former president too. You know, I'm sorry, because the woman is my uncle. We have got blood relationship. He's my uncle. And therefore, you know, with our experience being a marshal, being around president, this is not joking thing, this is not fun. This is about the country. This is about the country. And people will be willing to speak truth to power. People will be willing to speak truth to power. You can't get if you're treating the former president the way the former president treated in your own country. When you go out, he gets the respect that he deserves. When you come back in your own country and somebody wants to think you can relegate him and you can play politics with him, that's a mistake. It should not be tolerated. And a member of the Senate, we'll take the matter out, not only for the press conference, but we'll take the matter out to the Senate floor. So the Senate, because it's a national issue, this is a national issue that needs to be treated with urgency, in the manner and form that it deserves to be treated. You know, the president was trying with the first former president. These people have presidential, constitutional protection as former leaders of the country. And the protection should not be taken away from them. It must be given to them at all times and in all places as they deserve. And using the terminal is one of the requirements. So you can get one press secretary or spokesperson who has no idea on the genesis, on the historical foundation of how that president law was built to say, oh, it's for a former president, it's for a sitting president. We are not seeing any order from the executive management or to say from today on nobody will use that when the sitting president will use it or will change the whole idea. We have not seen it. So it can't just be arbitrary. So I don't know how the children run anything. How Bosco thing run you? When they go in, how Bosco thing or a NAFO, they're not NAFO. It's your business. You have the right to manage the well-being of over 5 million people. So let's take it serious. This is no joke. This is a serious business. This small thing can cause conflict. And we don't need it. Like, bro, don't need it. We don't need conflict now. This is not politics. This is a serious issue. I'm not speaking the way I'm speaking because of partisanship. I'm speaking because I believe Liberia deserves peace. Small thing can anger people in this country. Small thing. People are angry. Not everybody happy. But you won the election now. You gotta be magnanimous in victory. And treat other people in a way that people be happy. You won, you get power, people supporting you. You think we will be voting for? You think everybody will voting for? Okay, you know what? Everybody bagas in here will vote against them. Whether they qualify or not qualify, will vote against them. Now, it's also easy to hold the country hostage, correct? We can do that. We can say, you know what? All citizens and nominee a kind, whatever, but they are Liberians. Should we be denied a vote because politicians? No. When we see qualified people who want the government to function, we confirm them. When the president brings something that in the interest of the country, we support it. So it can't be everything, but it can't be politics. It cannot be politics. If they come from the president Weah having a so United Bible verse. Yeah, because it's not politics. I'm playing politics. This is a serious issue. This is a serious issue. This is your President Weah was not president for CDC, but president for the Republic of Liberia. They won't be treated with respect. So you can't treat in the way you treat you get some small children there and go there and say no, you can't use a VIV. And the president will not take action. I want to see that. I want to see what the President Weah will not take action. I want to see it. I want to see it. Then we'll know really whether the country going in the right direction or the country going in the wrong direction.
Thank you. So, I want to say thanks for coming. This is how we comes to the